Ellie takes care of the attackers, the assassins. The main character and the male lead, they go and drag themselves to a stream to take care of each other's injuries. The main character has a twisted ankle while the male lead has injury to his soldier. And it was such a super sweet scene. Like, I was kicking my feet. I was just really enjoying it. The male lead tells the main character how he's trying to get in contact with his father's childhood friend, who was the man he was trying to get contact through from his father's friend. And the main character knows the history of these two through history records because he was a history teacher, but he also knows the history between the man's daughter and the male lead. This woman was raised in the military and has the skills and abilities of a military person, but her father was very traditional and very strict and never let her do anything until they joined the male lead's side, and the male lead allowed her to do what she needed to do. And the records don't know if they were just friends, childhood friends, companions, or were they romantically involved. Her son was given the male lead's surname. And the main character, remembering all of this, is getting jealous. Like, he is drinking the Wegener. I was so happy to finally read the main character getting jealous. Like, yes, it's funny to read the male lead get jealous, but I always wanted to read the main character get jealous, and so him getting jealous was making my day. I was kicking my feet. And the male lead doesn't realize the main character is getting jealous. He thinks maybe the main character doesn't have a good relationship with his father's childhood friend, and the main character has to tell him, no, it's not that. He still doesn't figure out it's the fact that the main character is jealous, especially when he brings up the dude's daughter, which doesn't please the main character one bit, and he still doesn't get it. And he tells the main character, oh, stop getting in your head and eat food. And I'm like, dude. The Emperor and the Puppeteer, they're very pleased with themselves. They're pretty sure they got rid of the main character. They're also pleased with themselves because the Emperor won the hunt competition. Because, again, no one's going to outdo the Emperor, especially when he's super petty the way he is. Except one person does, and that is the male lead's father's friend. He returns back with a giant tiger. And the Emperor's like, you know what? I can get rid of 2 people. So he tells the dude, hey, go search for my brother. Bring him back. But when he believes the main character is dead, he can accuse this dude of not doing his job correctly and have this dude imprisoned and then put on death row. Melly knows someone's about to come save the main character and get the main character out of there. He tells the main character it's time for him to go, because he needs to return back to his spot before anyone gets suspicious and checks in on him. So the main character, he waits, and who comes for him is the father's friend. This dude comes and collects the main character and brings the main character back to base. And yes, the dude doesn't like the main character, but he can acknowledge that the main character gave the male lead the note, so the main character can't be that bad. Also, he's gonna put his job over his dislike for the main character. The Emperor obviously is upset that the main character survived, and he turns to his uncle to question his uncle why the main character survived, even though his uncle repeatedly promised him that the main character wasn't gonna make it. Except the main character did. Except at this time, the Emperor's uncle had basically ran off the moment he saw the main character. It kind of confirmed his suspicions on the main character's and male lead's relationship. It kind of confirmed that the main character probably healed the male lead's injuries this entire time, and it's just been a ploy that the main character's been putting on. So he goes to where the male lead is being kept, so he can prove to everybody what the main character and the male lead is up to, and prove that the male lead is not injured anymore. Except it backfires on him, because what he does to the male lead is ends up being seen by everyone, because the main character puts on a whole act once he realizes where his brother's uncle ran off to, and he makes everyone come with him. He puts on his old villainous, upset mood, gets everyone to follow him. They witness what he does to the male lead, are all horrified by it, because they're like, this is a badly injured man, and you do this to him? How can you do this to him? And the main character, like I said, he puts on a villainous act. He's like, oh, you really think I care about him? That I would try to heal him? Also, are you accusing my brother of not actually doing what he did to this guy? Like, it's a whole thing. And it gets everyone off of the main character and Melid's back, and it puts dirt and slander onto the puppeteer, and again tarnishes his relationship with the emperor, because the emperor starts questioning his relationship with this man and everything this man has ever done. Once the main character gets everyone out of there, the main character falls into the male lead's hands, starts bawling, crying. He's blaming himself, he's apologizing to the male lead. The male lead is confronting him, taking care of him, supporting him, and I just really love their relationship. I just super love it. There's a scene in here that reminds me of the couple from Ballads of Sword and Wine, where the main character puts himself in danger and the male lead gets upset with him over it and repeatedly tells him not to do that. There's a scene like this where the main character repeatedly gets himself sick so he can help the male lead, and he does it to get them out of the hunting grounds again. And the male lead makes the main character know it, just how the male lead from Ballad of Sword and Wine makes the main character know this. Like, it made me super happy to see a scene like that, and the disabled god of war became my concubine. I just really love it because, again, Ballad of Sword and Wine is one of my favorite dames. If you guys are worried that the main character will take forever to realize his feelings, no. He realizes them towards the end of book 2. So both of our protagonists realize their feelings for each other in book 2. And it very much pleases me because sometimes it takes the entire series for someone to realize their feelings for the other one. But in this one, they realize at the get-go in book 2, and it's very pleasing. It very makes me happy. The main character and the male lead, they do have a conversation about the male lead's healed injuries. And the male lead's worried the main character will be upset over hiding the fact about the subordinate and the physician being his subordinates and his healed injuries. And now the main character takes it well. He's actually very pleased. He's very happy. He goes, I can't believe I didn't realize that he was your subordinate, that the physician was working for you. Like, I'm very happy that your men were able to get into my palace and work for you and be on your side. Like, I'm happy there are actually people in my palace that is on your side and taking care of you. So yes, it's not a worrying scene like the male lead was worrying about. It actually turned out really good. Book 1, we did find out about the main character's past life and his connections to his family. So his father had many wives and many children, and the main character's mother was just one of those many wives, and he was one of those many children. His brothers were horrible to him, and he would hide away in his father's study, reading books all the time to keep himself safe. His mother wouldn't do anything to protect him because his mother only cared about his father, and when she wasn't getting attention and affection from his father, she'd cry and weep. So 1, he knew he wouldn't get help from his mother, and 2, he didn't want to bring more strife to his mother. And meeting the male lead and having the male lead on his side makes him very happy that somebody is finally on his side, that someone's there to take care of him and support him. He also finds out that the male lead is not going to leave anytime soon. Yes, he is healed, but he's not going to leave the main character anytime soon. He promised to take care and support and protect the main character, which again, very pleases him.